Not as young as he used to be. My son, Andrew Rivers. Wow. Andrew is, of course, back to touring full-time as a comedian all over the country. At some point, if he finds a gig close enough to home, we might visit with him. He might see his mother and his father. Andrew, do you ever listen to this podcast other than just the section that you're on?
Of course.
You do, actually.
It's like our weekly conversation that we don't have. You know?
That's right.
So it's the only time you'll call me, and it's great because I don't have to. When are you gonna get a girlfriend? When are you gonna become successful? When are you gonna stop being a disappointment? I don't have to deal with any of that stuff. So.
That is not me at all.
That is not you.
No, I know what Andrew just played you was the voice in his head thinking it's my fault. All right. Well, I love your son, and we did talk earlier today, and we have been talking a little bit more. I was very curious. Well, first, before I tell you this, if you listen to this podcast, your dad talks a little more about his drug history, and it might be stuff I haven't sat down and actually talked to you about. So.
Can I tell you my favorite Bob Rivers drug story?
Is it the one you've already told about when you heard that I did cocaine?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already told that one on this podcast, by the way, which qualifies you as a temporary senior citizen that you almost told the same story. All right. So, no, this is all new stuff that it's like when Jimi Hendrix, when they found new tapes of songs he'd never released. So, okay.
These are the underground tapes, yeah.
Voodoo show.
But this is Andrew's time. So, Andrew, and by the way, I if you want to talk to me after you hear that, please give me a call. Andrew is in the news this week, and literally, he's a tabloid story.
No.
Yes.
Yep.
Is it about the girl?
It is about a girl he dated a half a time.
Okay.
But it's still, I mean, it's kind of cool that they're quoting his jokes. And what tabloids are these, Andrew?
It's Us Weekly, the celebrity gossip magazine.
Oh,
yeah. Of all the magazines to be featured in, I thought,
sure.
Well, I thought maybe GQ or Playgirl or
so
Forbes,
no.
But
good luck.
But Us Weekly, yeah. I can finally share the story. I am dating Ben Affleck. So.
Hold your head up high.
No, so you had been friends with, and really almost became a boyfriend of Katie from The Bachelorette, right?
Yeah, Bachelorette Katie now. She wouldn't let me play in any reindeer games.
In other words, you didn't, and this is sort
we never.
Yeah, it's sort of clear in the tabloids too that you. But it says that you had a Tinder date with her. Is that right?
Yeah, a couple. I mean, gosh, that's got to be like 9 years ago now.
Wow. Explain Tinder to me, because I literally only know what you can hear in a monologue of someone telling a joke about Tinder. I've never been to the website. I don't really.
Sure.
I thought it was for gay guys mostly, but I guess not.
That's an app called Grindr.
Oh, okay.
That is more
That's
specific
for gay guys.
to yeah.
I thought that was a delicious sandwich for $5 where the meat is somewhat questionable. You don't sure if it's really tuna, but never mind.
Well, same description for the gay fella app.
Yeah. Okay.
You're not sure where the meat
Tinder
is from, but
a hetero app.
Yeah, I think that they're. I'm sure they support same-sex. Grindr is more of a. Well, Tinder has the reputation too of more of a hookup app than a dating app, but basically it just shows you a picture of a lady, and then you either swipe left if you're not interested or swipe right if you are interested. And you can click the profile. Sometimes there's like 5 photos and a bio, but no one reads the bio. They just go, "Are you hot? Yeah, let's bang."
Right. Is this the kind of thing where is this the kind of thing where the algorithm learns about what you like and tries to send you more attractive girls, or is it just a random?
Yeah,
like
I mean,
slot machine?
sometimes, yeah. They will place you higher up. I mean, the more people that click yes on your profile, it'll rank you in a level of attractiveness, and then they try. This is why I can't be on the apps, because they always put me in the low. They only show me people relatively I'm likely to match with, but I'm not interested in those people.
You want to date out of your...
Yeah, I want someone way more attractive than me. Yeah.
He wants to
It's
marry
the whole
up.
point of getting funny.
That's interesting. So,
It's true.
well, then how did you meet Katie?
She was young and naive on it was probably her. I think it was her first actual Tinder date. So you got to get them while they're young and naive. Yeah.
So you've known her for 9 years.
I think so, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, you tell the story great in all the tabloids. You were on a date, and it looked like the date was going to be, shall we say, fruitful. And at like a weird moment in the date, she developed a spontaneous nosebleed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, at least that's what I told the cops. No, I'm just kidding. What's interesting about kissing someone who's bleeding is that you don't know for a while, because
That is dark.
I don't kiss with my eyes open like I'm a creep,
Yeah.
So you kind of just go until you taste blood, and
So that harshed the evening, and then you had to go on tour, and she was busy. But you stayed stayed friends, but you didn't, as the saying goes, you didn't hook up.
No, you know what? I was always she was always kind of the one that got away. She used to text me and say like, "Hey, my boyfriend and I broke up. What are you doing?" And I'll be like, "I'm in Atlanta. I'll be home in 2 weeks. Just stay single."
That window is going to close in the next 2 weeks.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
I understand.
That's funny.
Where I'm at in the ranking system, but and then sometimes she would be like, I would actually be home, and she'd be like, "Hey, let's plan a thing," and I'd be like, "Hey, I have a show. I'll come by afterwards at like 10 p.m. And then she would get angry because she'd be like, "You're coming over at 10 p.m. You're just trying to booty call me."
It's a booty call.
And I'd be like, "Yes, but also that's what my work hours are." You know what I mean?
What you should say is, that's my 5 o'clock. I'm early.
That's right.
Exactly.
How could
But
I
I
help
mean, my schedule doesn't work with someone who was a regional manager at a bank, so she's working 9 to 5.
Yeah,
And I'm like, "Hey, 10 p.m. is my 5 o'clock." So,
Right, that's
so
tough.
she would get annoyed, and
That's kind of the story of your life, too, as far as dating goes.
yeah,
Yeah.
misconnection, say a passing in the night for sure.
Yeah.
So,
And then during the pandemic, I reached out because we'd stayed friends, but our biggest problem was always kind of scheduling related. And now I'm unemployed, and she, I've got no excuse, and she's got no excuse. So, I reached out, and she actually rejected me at first.
Oh, boy.
And I was
That's a
like,
nice
wow,
thing.
not even if we're the last people on Earth.
Not even apocalypse
Deadly
Day.
pandemic.
funny.
She literally said, "Call me when cars are abandoned on I-5." And, she's very funny.
That's awesome.
And I was
love
like,
her
"So you're
already.
saying there's a chance?" And then the protests started blocking traffic, and I was like, "Remember me? All right, put me in the game, coach. Let's go."
So it just didn't happen.
Well, yeah, scheduling again, like, just kind of, I don't want to get into details, but we hung out a couple times, and then, and just, she obviously was focused on something else, and that turned out to be a TV show that she couldn't tell me about. So she just disappeared for 3 months, and I was like, and what's funny is her phone is off the whole time. So I would like text her, and it would just go to like a green, when someone's phone
They
is
should
off.
at least have the courtesy of telling you the person you're trying to reach is on a reality television show, and you
Right.
can't know about it. That would be a great message.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
so
she
then
did that.
she just
and
showed up
that
on
was,
television.
Was that the Bachelor where she was?
Yeah, that's the first one,
Right.
where she goes away and tries to date. They all compete. It's 40 girls living in the same house, dating one guy. it's like Survivor, but they let him shave, you know. So
Pretty much.
it's just it's just a game show where they manipulate people's feelings for our entertainment. It's a lot of fun, unless you're on the show, I guess. But
for Zip, that's Tucker Carlson, by the way. Manipulates his feelings. So
he's good at it.
She made a name for herself on that show because she had a battery-operated boyfriend. But did they actually use the word for it on the TV show?
I don't know. They had to black box it, I guess is the word.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I don't recall if they said, I'm not sure what they, I know in like all this, they said sex toy, I think.
Yeah. Everybody knows what it is, but
Dildo
I didn't think
redacted.
that word was available for TV. And I
I wonder. I mean, especially, ABC's trying to be family friendly and,
Good luck with that.
So,
Yeah.
So anyway, all right.
but she went viral for all that. And,
Of course, because she had the sex toy. All right. So here's the thing I'm curious about. Where are we at now? Because I know with these stories, they tape them and then the person has to hide out until the episode airs, correct?
Yeah. So she just got, after she went viral for the dildo, she,
Battery operated boyfriend.
she got
A family show here.
Sorry.
You're my son. I'm your father. That's nothing more family than that.
I'll give my son.
Yeah.
After 20 minutes of drug talk, and now he can't say dildo.
I can't take a dildo. Really, no amount of talk is going to get me ready for that. So go ahead.
That's right.
We can lube it up.
Easy.
Sorry. So she. Well, it's interesting. She got 11th place, I guess, if you're keeping track of the show. And they usually pick the next bachelorette from the top 5, but she was so enigmatic and personable and exciting that they thought she would make a great lead.
Right.
And so
she got
she
the
went
job.
away again to film that,
Right.
and she just got back literally a week ago now.
And you can't know anything about it, like which episode is the spontaneous nosebleed episode or anything like that. Right?
Hey, if they take my story, I want some
You want
royalties.
pay,
for
yeah.
that.
So it's done now, right? It's all finished.
Yeah, she just got back literally a couple days ago, and I saw that she was on social media, so I sent her a text and said, hey, I'm doing a show, and before I go out on tour, you should come by and say hi. And so she got fired from her job because you can't take like 6 months off in a row without.
Sure. At a bank.
Yeah.
So when will she be on TV?
June 7th is the premiere.
Okay.
Oh. So,
And in all that time, she can't tell you who she picked or whether they're engaged. She can't tell you any of that stuff.
Well, she probably could, but I think she knows that I
You'll spill
look
the
for
beans.
attention. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look what I'm doing with the little information that I have. You know,
Making
I'm getting in
headlines.
2 tabloids.
You did not seed that story to the tabloids, did you?
it's online.
No, she came to my show and she posted from her Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Just
so she
supporting
did.
my friend at his comedy show. And all the tabloids look at her story for clues. Like in the past, bachelorettes have like accidentally worn their ring in like a story, you know?
Right.
And posted it, and then it gets leaked, and
so
it's
they're
a whole thing.
digging
so-
into her, and they found you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So then they go and see what lies I'm spreading. Yeah.
That's fine.
It's cool. It's a little weird to be known as the guy who like couldn't close the deal with the horny chick from the
He also
Bachelor.
ran.
Yeah.
It's a brand.
But yeah.
It's all right.
I think I've been rejected by women 10,000 times, so by Malcolm Gladwell standards, I am an expert
At being rejected. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Though.
But she actually she shared one joke and she had to take it down within like 20 minutes because it was a joke about a service cat and it's a rather dark joke, but a service cat cuts you if you're depressed, and so she got a bunch of hate mail. And I was trying to. She's so great. She's so not reality TV show that she has no. she's naive in the way of like,
But they love that.
she just doesn't. She just doesn't know the rules of like. I had to explain like, hey, that joke in a comedy club gets laughs and you think it's funny, but you're now representing a family franchise and you can't be too,
Out there,
whatever.
Yeah.
It's like the story. It reminded me of a story back when Obama was running for president and a rapper made a song saying that the only chair John McCain belongs in is a wheelchair if he's paralyzed or whatever. And it was a really funny song, but then Obama had to come out and be like, I do not approve of this. And it's like, yeah, you're reaching people that aren't in the subculture of hip hop music. So
they don't get
you're
the
gonna ruffle
irony.
some feathers.
They take it
Yeah,
literal.
yeah.
So, all right. Well,
But I don't know. Do you think you can fall in love in 6 weeks? Because that's crazy. to
on The
me, you know?
Bachelorette, look, when I'm young and
Fertile.
I'm following my instincts,
Fertile.
I could do it in 5 minutes. I could project
Well, you
that
and
on
Mom-
somebody. We were. I was basically. She saw me across the room and said, "I'm marrying that guy." That's how long it took her.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, and I saw her across the room and went, "Maybe I'll get lucky. It's worth a shot."
Yeah, you didn't. You weren't choosing from 40 different women? That's crazy.
No, I wasn't at any time. Actually,
He was punching above his weight is what he was doing.
Yeah, and
Hey, way to go.
And we started dating, and actually, there's quite an interesting story of Lisa and Zip.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wow.
That I don't think has
Wait
been
a
told on
minute.
this podcast.
Welcome to Switch
Call up the
Bitch.
tabloids.
I don't even recall. Really?
Wow.
Well, and I'll tell you why I thought of this is because I drove by the house that I used to live in Brownsville, Vermont, the other day, and it's on this little street where a friend of mine, Rick, lived.
Oh, Coaching Lane. Yeah, Coaching Lane.
I was going to not say the address, but let's give out his phone number and his social security
It's a
card.
historical U.S. historical site.
Landmark.
It's a very historical place. Anyway, I was driving by there to go hiking on Ascutney Mountain, and as I drove by that house, I remembered the very first time I hung out with Lisa. It was a double date with Zip, and what was that other girl's name? Was it Patty?
What, my original actual girlfriend?
Were
Yeah.
they trying to
No,
set up you
This
and
wasn't
Zip?
your girlfriend. This was another gal from New Hampshire and Lisa, and it was you, me, and this other gal, and we were in Rick's house,
Call her Patsy.
and Rick was nowhere, by the way. By the way, I do hope Jeannie doesn't listen to this podcast, does she?
No, she wouldn't hear this, but
Okay.
I'll pay the price anyway. I'm sure. But go ahead.
It'll get back to her.
Let's just put it this way. I'm in the couch, locking lips with my future wife, and Zip was in another room with another girl.
Oh, now. Hey, now.
What did she look like? I'm trying to remember. I don't think it was.
Wow,
was Patty.
you knew you were a
I don't
drunk
think it was
when.
Patty. Yeah. Jeez.
This story is not going to go well for you, Zip.
No. It won't.
Are you okay with me telling it? Because
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So,
I
Zip,
don't know who it
Zip
was.
comes in, and I'm there with my arm around Lisa. And again, this only happens when you're
Vague,
super
so
young at a
vague.
certain age. And he goes, "Want to switch?"
Oh, no.
I did not.
You did
I
not.
did.
Are you making this up, Bob?
No, I'm not making it up. Lisa will back me up, but I'm pretty sure Zip won't call her as a witness. Anyway,
Well, we know why you checked in.
and
I'm trying to think who that would have been.
it happened to you so often, you wouldn't remember this one time, I'm sure.
Well, was she? She wasn't a friend of Lisa's, was she?
She was from this area, so she wasn't from out of town. And Lisa will remember who it was. But it's better if I only
Yeah,
involve...
I'd be curious.
It's better if I only involve people who can sue me for everything I own.
Yes.
And at the time, I thought this girl, Lisa, was pretty nice. And I thought, it's like... Know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em. I was like, no, I think I'll stand pat right here with the hand I've got.
I don't need any new cards.
It wasn't out of any integrity or moral, anything because back at that age, I could just as easily.
Let me see if I have that. Was you were in the lower part of his main house?
No,
correct?
we were in the living room on the main floor upstairs, and
On the main floor.
you were in a bedroom in the back of the house. So you had more
Privacy.
opportunity, as the investigators would say, than I did. I was just macking, as Andrew, you know what macking is, right?
Oh, yeah.
The stash was working his magic.
But
Now, this is the part of the podcast I want to not listen
So
to.
seriously, Zip does not remember this.
Well,
But
I really
the very
don't,
first time I ever made out with my wife, he walked in from another bedroom and said, "Want to switch?"
I don't know. I don't know.
And what's crazy is he said that same thing just the other day also. So. Can't take that guy anywhere.
Yeah, right.
Zip, I'll edit this out if you want, but Lisa and I Lisa and I chuckle over that every once in a while because
I want to know who the girl that I was with. I can't remember.
oh well, she'll tell you that. That's not for this podcast. But what's funny about it is that and now Zip and I are once again friends. We started as co-hosts, and I think back to the little decisions. Andrew,
Co-hosting multiple women.
no, see, Andrew hasn't even grasped the biggest thing about this.
Yeah. He's a result.
This is the movie Back to the Future, Andrew.
Yeah.
And if if I don't say the right thing, your face starts to disappear off of that picture I'm holding.
You don't understand. You can't buy a
If I had taken Zip up in his offer, you may not be.
Hey, I mean, there's also a chance I could be related to Steven Tyler also in this alternate universe. So
That's true.
I would say
I could have developed a drug habit. I could have
Could have happened.
So
yes.
not much different, but
Or you could have had a really nice stash, a nice porn stash like Zip. It could have happened. So, and on that note, ladies and gentlemen,
All right. Thanks for
Andrew,
putting up with it.
keep us posted. It sounds like you and Katie are nice friends. So nice job getting into tabloids, and I hope that to answer your question, I don't think she could fall in love in 2 months. But if she's rich enough and he's rich enough, maybe they'll work it out. And
that's what happened to Bill and Melinda. So
well, that's a sad one.
Do you ever know?
I mean, I can't believe she stayed married to that college dropout loser for so long.
Yeah. I want to hear your Bill and Melinda jokes next week.
Routines.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Rivers.
Yes.
That's all the time we have tonight, folks. We'll be back with Narcoleptic Ed and Zip, the nicest guy in the world, next week.